welcome to this abbreviated and late edition of the Maz's Musings podcast. We are recording this. We're going to be doing a like it, love it, like it, leave it. Easy for me to say. For Animal Kingdom this week, and we're a little bit behind schedule. Obviously, things got. Well, I was just a little bit ambitious with my scheduling this week, so we were actually planning for the homebrew showcase for all our kids. Those who have received the newsletter know a bit about that already. Those who have listened to the podcast heard me talk about all our kids in May during Foster Care Awareness Month. And so we had a great time. We enjoyed, sampling some beer and raising some money. And I think that we had a really really good vibe this year. What do you think? Eileen is here joining me. So what did you think, Eileen?
No, it was a lot of fun. It was low key, but everyone seemed to really enjoy themselves, and we've heard a lot of good feedback, and everyone seemed to have fun.
And of course, Eileen during the event is the one who's pouring my beer most of the time while I'm running around like an idiot doing other things. So thank you very much, Eileen. None of this happens without Eileen's support, and a lot of times she's the one running around getting raffle prizes in advance. And we actually had Meghan helping out this year, so that was a fun little extra thing. She and some other kids of a member of the board, our board president, were there, and so they helped out and raised some money selling some snacks. So I wish they also had the opportunity to eat some snacks too, so I don't think that hurt too much. All right, well, before we get into our main topic, of course, Meghan, speaking of Meghan, always has her Cuckoo Bananas joke of the week. So, Eileen, are you ready to laugh?
Oh man, I don't know.
Meghan's been a lot lately, huh?
Meghan's getting ready for school. I think she's at that point where she's ready for she's ready for school again. She won't say that she is, but I think she's ready.
Well, before she gets ready for school, she's going to share a joke with us.
All right, let's go.
And now it's time for Meghan's
Cuckoo Bananas joke.
Hi, Meghan.
Hi.
Do you have a joke for us today?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Who delivers Christmas presents to dogs?
I don't know. Who does deliver Christmas presents to dogs?
Santa Paws.
Okay. Say goodnight.
Bye.
Okay, so there's Meghan's Cuckoo Bananas joke of the week for this week.
She is cuckoo, that's for sure.
So, all right. So now we will get into our main topic, which is love it, like it, leave it for Animal Kingdom.
Donald, wake up! It's showtime! Don't forget the orchestra!
Ah, there you are. And just in time.
Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
And here we go!
Now, of course, if you've been listening to the podcast, you've heard us do these for the other parks. This is the last of the parks that we are doing. It's also a little bit challenging coming up with this because there aren't a ton of attractions. There are like large attractions. I mean, things like the safari take up so much space and require so much care and things like that. So it's not like Magic Kingdom or in Epcot where there's just a bevy of different attractions.
Yeah, I think Animal Kingdom, you have more like, take it slow and like explore the areas and look at the different like styles of architecture and the different like areas and, observe the tree and watch the animals and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, there's lots to do there, but not so much like rides and attractions the way that other parks have.
Yeah, and I think that that's the one thing. If you are a ride or attraction person, I can see why you would perceive this as a half-day park. If you don't have the interest in going and taking your time and seeing some animals and seeing some of the other stuff, then yeah, it probably is a half-day park for you. But if you have the opportunity and can really immerse yourself in Animal Kingdom, you can make a full day of it. I do wish that they still had more
Like
of a
the evening
nighttime
stuff.
thing, but we'll dive into some of that stuff a little bit later.
Or are we talking about that?
Perhaps. We'll see. First, we're going to start off with the quote unquote thrill rides. Now, again, there aren't a lot of thrill rides at Animal Kingdom, but we have Expedition Everest, Cali River Rapids, and Avatar Flight of Passage.
Ooh.
Do you want to start?
I think I do, and I might make some enemies.
Okay.
My love it's going to be Cali River Rapids.
Wow.
It's been a few years since we've gone on that, but I love that ride. And unfortunately, it's often closed down in February when we go. And I understand that, but I love going on that. And I remember when we took Meghan on that, it must have been Christmas time. I don't know. She was tall enough to go. She would have been tall enough. I don't know. She went on and she loved it. And I don't know. I really like Cali River. And my like it, I think, is going to be Everest. And so then my leave it would be the Avatar Flight of Passage. And twofold for this. I've only been on it twice.
Yeah.
So if I have done it, if I do it another couple times, I might change that up a little bit. But I'm someone who I don't get motion sick, but I do sort of struggle with like some of the virtual reality type stuff. So there were a few times on that where I did have to close my eyes. So that's also part of why it kind of goes into that leave it category for me. Again, trying it out again, I might have a different opinion, and definitely the next time that we're down there with Meghan, we probably will go on that because she'll be tall enough, and I think she might enjoy it, and if not, she can close her eyes too. So, a couple years from now, I might have a different opinion but yeah, I think that's my order, and so I know I've made some enemies there, but
no, I guess I'm just a little surprised. I would say that my love it would be Expedition Everest. And I thought that was going to be your love it as well. I think that, there's a uniqueness to that ride, and the way that it, goes backwards. Now, granted, if the Yeti was actually operational, it'd make it even cooler, but maybe we can hold out hope for one day. But I also, it also comes with a great story about the first time that I went on that attraction.
Sorry.
And Eileen kind of lied by omission.
We've already debated this on this podcast at some point in time, and I know we have. And I did not lie to you. I just didn't tell you. That's
called a lie by omission.
No, I disagree.
And then, by the way, did I mention this goes backwards? Which is your way of saying, I know I didn't mention that this goes backwards.
Anyway, we're still married 14 years later, so I guess you've forgiven me.
Then I would go with Avatar Flight of Passage. Now, this is one of those things where this is probably a better, if you're looking at it from a technological and everything standpoint, it's a better ride. But if I'm going by my preferences, what I like and love, this is a like, but it's also something that, if I don't get on, like we've only done it once. If I don't get on it, I'm not as upset about it. it's a great ride. I really marveled at it when I did ride it, but that's about it. And so Cali River Rapids would be my leave it, mostly because I'm not always in the biggest mood to get wet. I do enjoy it. I think it's a fun ride, but at the same time, there's some times where it's great, and you're just like, oh hey, this I'll be dry in an hour because it's that hot out. But there are other times when you got wet shoes for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I get that, and I do, but I think it's a fun one.
And for the record, I like all three of these rides. But if I had to pick one, that would be the one that I'd leave out.
Yeah, I think that's fair too.
All right, so moving on to our next one. These are more immersive experiences. So we have the Kilimanjaro Safaris, the Navi River Journey, and the Wildlife Express and Rafiki's Planet Watch.
That's the train.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's the order I would put it in. Love It's the Safari. That's a can't miss every single time. Like It's Navi. I do enjoy that. I don't want to wait in line for an hour for it. So that is something that we'll usually try and lightning lane or get it at a shorter wait. And the Rafiki's, the train. It's cool if you've got time. It's cool if you're looking for like a sit down, take a little break, but I could leave it. I have left it many times. I think we've only done it a couple times anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that order 100%. But Safari is probably the one thing at that entire park that I can't miss. So.
No, yeah, I would agree. I'd say that that's the order. The one thing with the Wildlife Express, wasn't there one time where we got to like see one of the baby animals that was like not like on it wasn't out on the safari yet because they have the areas like behind there?
Yeah, so
I'm trying to remember what the circumstances were there.
We got off oh, you mean like while we were
on the train?
We might have gone past something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes you past like there was it a giraffe or a zebra? There was
there was some kind of baby animal that we had heard about.
And it wasn't like fully out on display. It was more just like you're going by this, this is
we got to see it. But yeah, I would agree that I mean the safaris are like, that's the big attraction there, honestly. If you're actually there, to experience
Animal Kingdom.
There are some times, I mean, there was one time where the rhinos were so close to, the Jeep that we didn't, but we could have reached out and touched them. Then there was the time where they couldn't get the giraffe off of the
trail. Yep.
So, that every experience is going to be a little bit different. Yes, you'll see the same animals, but every experience is a little
where
different.
They are, what they're doing. Yeah.
There was the one time where we ended up seeing the lion like pop its head up because we couldn't hear it, but one of the Jeeps up ahead had popped a tire. So and that was, they even made note, wow, like seeing them do something like that, that's not common. So you'll always see something a little different. And
I do think, sometimes we probably take it for granted because we've done it so many times. But like, I think about like the first time I did it, it's like, wow, there's a giraffe like right there.
Yep. All right. So the next one is shows and entertainment. And so one of the shows that is currently there is the Finding Nemo show, which we had every intention of seeing the last time, but we didn't, and we still haven't seen the Finding Nemo show. So if anybody's wondering, that's why it's not on this list, because we haven't seen it. So I did include something that is now closed to kind of round out this category. So we've got the Tree of Life Awakenings, which is like the projections on the tree. The Festival of the Lion King, and It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Well, duh. I feel like these love it like it leave it. I mean, I guess the rides, the first one, we were different, but like I can't imagine that yours would be different than mine. Like Lion King is love it. Like I could be wrong, but that's the best. That's probably one of the best shows in the entire, like all the parks. It's such a great show. And then the projections, those are cool. So I guess I would go with like it. I mean, tough to be a bug is leave it because, well, it's gone. There's a reason it's gone. I'm not as anti tough to be a bug as Chris is, but I haven't seen it probably in 10 years.
And there's a reason for that.
I know we've seen it at least once together.
Yeah. I think we've seen it a couple times together.
But I don't think Megan's ever seen it. So we have not seen it since like.
No, that's absolutely my leave it. And there's a reason why Megan never saw it. It's because I didn't want to put her through that. Like she would have like left the theater crying. And I'm not going to, you can look back, check past episodes where I've talked about this. So I'm on the record as far as that's concerned. I would also go with the Festival of the Lion King as my love it. That show, it's got a little bit of everything. There's some great puppeteering with it. There's kind of a circus element to it.
Singing, the dancing.
Well, yes, I was getting to that. That's not part of the circus element. The circus element is like the acrobats and everything like that. And then there is like a stage performance element to it. So it kind of blends a whole lot of different things. And it's really cool. Like they incorporate the magic band into it. So, they get some crowd interaction.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. And then the Tree of Life Awakenings was really, especially the first time that I saw that was really cool to watch. And this I would say that's one of the few things that evening related things that there is at that park. I really liked the River of Lights show that they had. So that
was great. Yeah.
Honestly, would probably be the like it if that was something that was still around. I can understand why, like with the coordination that's involved with that, it's tough to keep that going long term. And I have a sneaking suspicion that was a COVID casualty. I don't know for sure, but I think that closed around 2020.
Yeah, I don't remember when it closed. I know we saw it when you and I saw it down there because I lost my phone over the edge, but I don't remember if it was out when Megan was a baby there, or it could have been out and we might not have stayed.
But I think it was around 2020 that went away. So I don't know if it was directly related to COVID or if it, but that one would have been a nice one too. I guess the Pandora area is really cool at night too. We've never seen it at night. Because usually
we probably wouldn't have
because we usually, we'll spend the full day there, but then we'll usually find somewhere off property to have dinner at night. And that's another thing. In this list, I really don't have any food because there's only one place that we've eaten at Animal Kingdom with regularity. And that's Tusker House.
Yeah, I guess with regularity. I was going to say we have eaten we did to go at Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, we did. But even then, that was once and that was 10 years ago.
It was really good, I remember.
Yeah. But, so, and we won't bring up Rainforest Cafe, which doesn't even really count, I don't think.
It shouldn't count.
Yeah.
But
it's technically outside of the park, right? It's outside of the gate.
I think so.
So I'm not counting. All right. So the next one is these are the Dinoland USA attractions. Now,
all right.
Two of them are closed. One of them is still open. So we've got Primeval Whirl, Triceratops Spin, and Dinosaur.
I have no idea. You'd
leave them all?
I mean, I I would.
But
Um,
much like, there are certain things where you like them all and you're forced to leave one of them, you're also forced to love one of them and like one of them
you should never force someone to love someone or something.
for the purposes of the game.
Go ahead, you can go.
Okay.
I've gone first
So I'm
for everything.
I'm gonna go Love It, Primeval World.
I knew you were going
I
to.
loved that ride. It was such a silly little ride, but it was a lot of fun. It never had a long wait. But it was just a fun ride. It was what it was. It didn't try to be anything else. And yeah, so I just and Like It is Dinosaur. I think Dinosaur just got old. Um, and Triceratops Spin, it's Dumbo with Triceratops. Why they didn't have an actual flying dinosaur as opposed to
right?
I don't
because
know.
they're not as cute as the
Oh,
Triceratops.
I suppose, yeah. But that would be my leave it is the Triceratops Spin. If I want Dumbo, I'll go on Dumbo.
See, I struggle with this. I mean, Primeval World's been closed for so long that I don't really remember it. I remember it's a roller coaster where the cart kind of spins, but it's not like super spinny. Like it was never anything that I like got motion sickness on, but I don't. So I feel like that's going to have to be my leave it because I just don't remember enough of it to rank it. Like that one, when we've talked about 10 years, whatever, that one easily has been 10 years since we've been on it.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of pressure here. You can just say something and then that'll be it.
But I think I'll go with the Triceratops Spin as my love it. I know that sounds, but that was always one that you could pretty much walk on to. And especially the last several trips, not this one because it was closed, but that was something Meghan would enjoy. I remember there was one time I took her on it as a baby while you guys rode Dinosaur. And I'm like, oh, look, we can actually do something instead of just sit outside a ride and wait. We rider swapped, so I went on it after, but it was... So yeah, I guess I'll do that. And then Dinosaur, and then Primeval World.
All right.
You should have had the Boneyard in there.
Yeah.
That would have been my love it.
That would have been your love it?
Probably my like it. Maybe my love it.
It's just, you also didn't get the fake sand thrown on you by some kids who were having a tantrum last time. The fun thing about Dinoland USA that I didn't know before until just recently, I was listening to the Mickey and Minutes podcast, is there was an actual purpose for, it had that whole weird carnival kind of feel, and it always felt kind of thrown together. And then there was Dinosaur. So that was actually planned. So it was basically the idea was there's this really all these educated people who work at this dinosaur institute. And then there was this guy who decided that he was going to capitalize on that by building an amusement park, thing next to it. So it's supposed to be kind of this contrast of the two, the intellectual and then the
party fun,
yeah. So I didn't know that until just recently, and the whole thing then it's just okay, that it all makes sense now. So there was some storytelling to all of that. I'm not sure that they was always effective in making that clear to everybody. So the next thing I kind of called this exploration.
Okay.
So we have the Maharaja Jungle Trek.
Okay.
We have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. And we have the Discovery Island Trails.
Which is the Tree of Life. Or which is
the trails off towards the beginning. Before you get into the main part of the park.
And the Gorilla Falls, what's there besides?
There's gorillas there.
Is it just like the gorillas? That's what okay. I'm just trying to Wrap my
And
head
I
around
think
it.
like there's a couple of like smaller like monkey species around too.
Okay. Yeah, and I was just like trying to
And the
remember like
jungle
what
trek
is that so the Discovery Island is not walking around the Tree of Life. I'm clarifying. Are we counting it?
it's like the stuff before you get to the Tree of Life, and then because then you get to the Tree of Life, and then you split off to the different.
Right, and the Tree of Life is like Discovery. Yeah, it's first. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Love It is the jungle trek. You can see some different animals there. Like it's gonna be the Discovery Island trails, and then Leave It would be the Gorilla Falls.
So I'm going to have the same list. And I would say the Discovery Island trails and the Gorilla Falls,
could interchange.
Could interchange. But the one thing that is tipping the scales away from the Gorilla Falls was there was the one time when we were there and I was just like, oh my God, please tell me it's not me that smells.
I was wondering if you were going to, I was going to bring that up if you didn't. Yeah, I was going to bring that up if you didn't.
Yeah, but I mean the jungle trek is really cool. I mean that's where you'll see the tigers, and you caught a glimpse of the baby tiger.
I did,
and there are some other animals that you can see around there. And again, it's one of those cool areas to kind of explore. You take your time, and if you're looking to rush through anything, then that's not the thing for you. If you're rushing from ride to ride, this isn't the park for you. Period. But yeah, so. All right, so the themed lands.
Okay.
So we've got Africa, we've got Asia, and we've got Pandora.
Okay, I think.
So my love it is Africa. I just it's a vibe thing. Like I think that has the best
like
vibe.
The drums.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll have the performers out there in the square. It's got the Dawa bar, which has a great African margarita. It's also the place where you'll get some of our favorite rides, like the Kilimanjaro Safari, or rides and attractions. The Festival of the Lion King is there, and it really is. It just a lot of it is just the vibes. On top of it having two of the bigger things that I want to see while I'm there.
It's probably one of the busiest areas. Like I think about that area there where you're heading toward the safari, but they often have like a drum show going on or something. So it's very crowded, but it's because there's people there to see what's happening. And like, so there's always something kind of going on in Africa. And I think that's fun too.
My second would probably be Pandora, just because it's on top of everything else. It's kind of an engineering feat. You've got
cool.
You've got floating mountains, and that especially the first time that I saw that. I'm not a big Avatar fan. I've seen the movie. It's fine. It's
but the views, everything is really
the aesthetics are really cool. It's a great place for photos. The thing is, once you've taken your photos, you're kind of done with it, I
mean, you've got the rides there, but
right, but I mean, it's not a place where you can
there's not a show going on.
Yeah. So and Asia, nothing against Asia, it just feels like it's usually something that we're just kind of walking through to get to something,
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's my same order. And I don't know that Asia, it's like walking through to get somewhere, but yeah, I mean, we're headed toward Everest or Cali's Asia too. So there's some nice like photo spots in Asia, but I feel like that's more what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's my exact order. It's funny. I was like, I wonder if he's going to pick the same as me. And I kind of thought you were. And then when you said Africa, I was like, yep, he's definitely picking the same as me. Yeah, no, I mean, I like Asia, but out of the three, that's probably the one that if I wasn't stopping for pictures or if I wasn't, although I don't think we take a ton of pictures in Africa, but that's more like the vibe. Like it's, just the experience of being in fake Africa. So yeah, I think absolutely same order for me.
All right. And the last category we have, these are the upcoming attractions. The things that they've announced are going to be going into Animal Kingdom, which will,
So for this, the thought is which
what
ones
are
we're
we
most
looking
excited
forward to? Yeah. So we have Zootopia, Better Zoogether, which is replacing
It's tough to
It's
be a
Tough
bug.
to Be a Bug in the theater in the Tree of Life. We have the Indiana Jones ride. And we have the Encanto ride, which is going to include like Casita.
I think I'm gonna go with the Encanto ride is my love it. Again, this could totally change when they all exist. But Encanto's become it's a big part of our life. It's less a part than it was like a year ago, but for the last few years, Encanto's been a very big part of our life. So it's nice to see them, getting some stuff there. I think that could be fun, and that's supposed to be like a family friendly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's always nice to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think my like it is the Zootopia. And my leave it's gonna be the indie ride, and mostly because I'm not I haven't I've watched like one I don't watch Indiana Jones, so I'm sure it'll be good. From what I've heard, it's going to be good, but yeah, I think that's like in terms of thrill or whatever, that might be the biggest thrill out of them, but in terms of what I'm most interested in seeing, I think those are what I'm thinking.
So my love it is the Encanto ride, mostly because with that area that they're building there with the tropical Americas, it just seems to fit the best. Like if you're going to be putting IP into Animal Kingdom, that one seems to fit like the climate and the location that you're putting it in. Making Indiana Jones, like basically the whole story of that, from what I understand, is he's in the tropics because he heard about this ancient animal that he's going to go try to find. So they found a way to make that work. And I think that I'll be fine.
And that's using a similar ride system, right? Like it's
to
Dinosaur.
I don't know a lot about the ride system.
Okay.
I would think it's something like that. Like you're going to be in some kind of Jeep or, something like that. But from what I understand, it is going to be different from the Indiana Jones ride that's in Disneyland. Disneyland? Yeah, there's one in Disneyland, I think.
I don't know. I know there is one that.
But it's going to be different than that. So they're not just carbon copying, stuff. So I'd say that Indiana Jones is probably my like it. I also do enjoy Indiana Jones. No, I'm going to change. I'm going to make on the fly. I'm going to change. I'll give that as my leave it. But it's not because of anything necessarily to do with Indiana Jones. I'm really interested to see what they do with Zootopia. Zootopia is a movie that I really like. I think it's underrated. I think that some of its messaging is really important, especially now. And yeah, so I think that is something that I'm looking forward to, simply because I like the IP that's attached to it so much. So it's
anything's better than It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they could literally like never open theater again, and it would be better than It's Tough to Be a Bug. So yeah, so I'll go Encanto, Zootopia, and Indiana Jones. But again, that's not because I have anything against Indiana Jones. I'm very interested to see what that looks like too. But of the three, it's also the one that I think feels like it fits in Animal Kingdom the least.
Yeah.
Even though that I guess you'd really have to make sure that you're focusing on Antonio's gift in that
In
Encanto ride.
at least somewhat. They could even just have like that more on the outside if they want, depending on what they do. But,
yeah, I mean, but like with it being Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, no, I can 100% see like Antonio's room being like part of it for sure.
But then again, we've got Pandora, where none of that has anything to do with anything, animal related. So, but if they found a way to make it work, so maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah. So I think that though that's my list. That's what we've gone through.
We match up pretty well at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'd love to hear what anybody else has for their like it, love it, like it, leave it for these. And, so you can send us an email, mazasmusings@gmail.com, or you can find us on the socials. We're pretty much everywhere at this point. And yeah, you know who else is everywhere right now? It is Emily from We Do Travel Right.
Literally, has she been home at all this summer?
I think she's been home for like, just long enough to repack her suitcase and head out somewhere else.
Cool.
But that's the thing is, We Do Travel Right. They experience all the things that they're helping you book, and
yeah, except she keeps making me want to go on vacation.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of a job, but We Do Travel Right. When you want to go on all these vacations, they have agents who will work one-on-one with you, and they've got a team behind them, like the dining team and all these experienced experts who will make sure that you're getting the most out of your trip. And the best part about it,
it's free.
Exactly, because all of these places, whether it's Disney or somewhere else, they pay We Do Travel Right for you. They build the price of an agent into their pricing. So you're paying for the agent whether you use it or not.
So you might as well use it.
Exactly. So if you are interested in getting your next trip to Animal Kingdom started, go to wedotravelright.com/Mazza. That's wedotravelright.com/MAZA. Fill out the form. You'll get a free quote. If you want to ask any questions or anything, you'll have an agent who you'll be able to talk to, and get your next magical vacation started today.
Well, I can't do any more damage around this popsicle stand.
So long, partner.
See you real soon.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to this somewhat abbreviated, and and obviously late, belated episode of the Maz's Musings podcast. Thank you, Eileen, for joining me, and thank you for everybody for listening once again. If you want to learn more about the podcast, you can go to mazasmusings.wordpress.com, and there you'll find past episodes, more about the podcast and me, and you can sign up for the newsletter, which Eileen just finally did recently. Okay, that's fine.
Don't judge. No, I live in your house, our house. I don't need a newsletter. But yes, I finally had to sign up for the newsletter because my mother would make random comments that I had no idea what she was talking about. So I'm like, okay, I need to get this newsletter so that I know what she's talking about.
So my mother-in-law is subscribed to the newsletter. You should as well. And while you're there, if you are looking to support us a little more, you can find the button to buy us a blue milk. And buying us blue milk, it's nutritious, it's delicious. Actually, it's neither of those things. It
wasn't bad.
It is delicious, maybe not nutritious. But it's also just a small way for you to help us monetarily with some of the small costs that go into putting this podcast together. And whether you are doing that or doing something as simple as leaving a rating or a review on your favorite podcast service, that helps us get more visibility. There are all these algorithms and things like that that bump us up, and make us more visible to people, so more people can discover this podcast. So if you haven't left a rating or review yet, please do. And of course, word of mouth is the best way. So you can tell your friends, hey, I listen to this great podcast. You should listen to it too. Anyway, that's about all that I have. That will wrap up this episode of the Maz's Musings podcast. Eileen, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I really don't think it's that much shorter than your normal podcast.
I guess not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, maybe a little bit. But anyway, thank you everybody again for listening. I hope you have a great weekend and a great week.
A great week.
Oh, that's right. We're past the weekend. I hope you have a great week.
See you Friday.
For the Maz's Musings podcast is brought to you by Hi Dad Soup. Check them out at Mickey and Minutes on Instagram.